The main event has been Virginia Cavaliers this weekend as they get two huge wins against Illinois. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck, and we're going to break down the great weekend in the main event invitational, especially the Virginia Cavaliers. They are getting back to their ways, Steve. We're seeing Virginia, a team that was with the NIT last season, get a huge win over Baylor, and then on Sunday night, we see them take the win over Illinois, 70-61. This team looks really good this weekend. They're really showing off. I'm sure we're going to see them step up big time in the polls, moving to 4-0. And I mean, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
No, and in both games, they were in control the whole time, even emotionally. Even as far as their approach and their composure during both games, they were in control. That comes down from the coaching staff, but this team, and we talked about them a little bit in previews and all, but this team is even better than we thought. And offensively, I've been impressed with how balanced that they've been and them getting the job on the offensive end. We know that they're going to get the job done defensively. But, as far as scoring, I mean, Virginia really has done a nice job. There's a lot of teams out there this year like that, but I don't know that there's a team that's approached that level that Virginia has.
Yeah, start off this Baylor game. They win 86-79. This was their first home game, first game since the shootings. If you want to, bring that up, just because it is something to keep in mind. The mentality of these players obviously have to still be shooken. Franklin was phenomenal, 26 points in this one. Shedrick was also great. He had 17. I think the biggest thing that I was really excited about, though, was Vanderplas. I was really excited about him coming over as a transfer from Ohio University, but 14 points coming off of the bench, 4 for 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3-point. That's exactly what this team needs. That's exactly what Elliott needs. I said Elliott. That's the football coach. That's exactly what Bennett needs. He's got this squad firing all cylinders this early in the season, Steve.
Yeah, and it's not surprising from that standpoint. I mean, you expect a Bennett team to really fire on most cylinders most nights, but I personally, and I haven't watched the games as closely as you have, but I have watched big chunks of all of their games. I really haven't seen a thing where then you go to practice the next day and say, what were you guys thinking? We got to work on this, work on that. I mean, everything just seems to be going, according to the master plan. So, watch out. Watch out ACC. I mean, that Virginia is for real. This is not a smoke and mirrors thing. They are for real.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this team in ACC play. I know North Carolina's having a great season. I know Duke's having a great year so far, but UVA is really showing up to me, and they're really impressing me. On the game against Illinois on Sunday night, we saw them win 70-61. Clark stepped up. I thought he was a really good asset to this one. We still saw Shedrick play some good minutes. We still saw Franklin play good, but Beekman was the guy who really stepped up. That's the other cool thing about this is we saw Shedrick and Franklin in the game against Baylor really shine on the offensive side. On Sunday night, we saw Gardner, Beekman, and Clark, the other starting 5, really shine in this one. Vanderplas coming out with another great 8 points from the bench. Shooting was an issue for Virginia last year. Their offensive efficiency, they were great on defensively. They shot 41% from the field against Illinois, and that's something that we can say is probably an improvement, if you will. And then against Baylor, they shot 55% from the field. I mean, that was incredible. Virginia is stepping up, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think that this team is going to probably hit the top 10. I think they should be in the top 10 once the rankings come out. And I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes getting into ACC play. I know they have to play Michigan at the end of the month as well. That should be a great matchup. But again, UVA knows how to play their game, and we're seeing that this is a team a lot better than an NIT appearance team we saw the season prior.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought up the Michigan game because I looked at that game and said, boy, that could, that could be a tough one. Now I'm looking at that game and I can't wait to see how they put Michigan in its place, if you will. Because I mean, certainly Michigan has a lot of athleticism, a lot of length on that team, but Virginia is the real deal. It does everything well in the early going. Are they going to have bad stretches? Sure. Every team is going to have that. But having their transfers step up and play roles right away, having people coming off the bench and not necessarily, lighting it up, but scoring big buckets or coming up with a big block or a big steal. That's good for the long-term result, not just what's going on here in November. As much as you and I and many of our fans at Slasher U love the early season basketball, and you're seeing teams playing other conferences and all those type of deals. Virginia's playing tournament ball
this early
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Before they get to the ACC Big Ten Challenge against Michigan at the end of the month, they will take on Maryland Eastern Shore the Friday after Thanksgiving. So that'll be the next game we see from them. What were your thoughts if you checked out the main event, or if you've seen anything of Cavaliers basketball so far this season? Are you as high on them as we are right now? Because we think that they are looking very good. Let us know your comments in the comment section below. While you're there, hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much, as always, for watching Slasher U.